What's up, crew? If you don't know me already, my name is Mila, the host keeper, and today we're going to be talking about pricing. Pricing seems to be a question that everybody's asking me all the time. How do you price? How do you price? Because it is so different from pricing for commercial cleaning, residential cleaning, post-construction cleaning. It's different. So we're going to get into it today. All right. So before I get started, I want to tell you what we're going to be talking about so that you understand the structure. So before you can even price, you need to understand the job. When you meet with your client and you sit down and you talk, you got to understand what do they need, because every Airbnb host needs something different. Then we need to, I'm going to show you the price breakdown and how you break down the price and the different services. And then we'll talk about pricing by time and the time it takes to clean. And then I'm going to give you an example of a 7-bedroom and how to price that and how to do the calculations. So let's get right into it. Okay, so when you understand the job, you meet with a client, you speak with them, and you understand what is your duties. Do you have to clean outside of the unit or the house? Do you have to pick up and drop off? Do you have to pick up and drop off any supplies? Do you have to do laundry services, restock supplies? Do you have to report, take videos, take pictures? You have to understand what it is that they need from you before you even come up with pricing. Other things that you should understand is that there will be same day turnarounds, meaning somebody's checking out at 11 and somebody else is coming in at 3. You do need to consider cancellations. It happens and it's normal in the industry. With our team, we check every morning and we check every night the scheduling, because guests, they can extend or whatever the case may be. And then you also have to consider pricing for when the guest doesn't check out on time. There are several times that our cleaner is waiting outside the unit for like an hour, not getting paid, and they don't like that. So you got to come up with a plan. And then there are other things that you also have to consider with your cleaning vacation rentals. Pet hair. If they allow pets, you probably do need to charge extra. Deep cleans, running errands and purchases if you need to. Sometimes the sink is not drained properly. You need to go get Drano for them. You need to know what you're going to price that for. Touch-up cleans and last-minute cleans. Those are all kinds of things. And last-minute cleans, I mean by like emergency cleans, by I'm calling you right now and I need you to be here in the next, 12 hours to come clean this unit. So those kind of things you need to think about. All right, understanding the price breakdown. First, you got to understand what you're going to pay your cleaners. Whatever hourly rate you want to give them, think about what you want to pay them at an hourly rate. Then you got to think about your overhead, meaning you pay for your website to run, and then you pay for scheduling, advertisement. And even if you don't even add advertisement in there, when your client has the convenience of going to your website and booking a clean, that actually costs you money. So you do have to make sure that you cover that. Then you've got to pay yourself. You are probably spending time training, supervising, scheduling cleans, communications, or you might have a virtual assistant that deals with the communications. Either way, all that stuff needs to get done, and you also need to pay yourself. All right, so here is the price breakdown for a 1-bedroom. We're talking 800 square feet of a 1-bedroom, an average apartment 1-bedroom. And that would take about 1.5 to 2 hours max. And that's including one bed, because sometimes people like to pile on the beds in their Airbnbs, but we're talking one bed, a living room with possibly a sofa bed, a kitchen, a bathroom, and then on-site laundry services. And what I would price for that is anywhere from $75 to $95. Why is there a $20 range? There are different difficulties of an Airbnb, and that's why there's a different range. What do I mean by that? Well, there was a client that we had that they had an apartment complex that they had, and on average about 17 Airbnbs. So when you're giving me more than 10 Airbnbs, I'm probably going to give you a discount because we will probably be at those units a couple of times a week. And we'll probably on a busy day have 3 or 4 or 5 of those a day. And I can send one person to those cleans and that person can do 2 or 3. But if you have 2 apartments that are, I don't know, 10 minutes away, that means the cleaner has to pack their stuff, get in the car, and drive 10 minutes. So because it is convenient and it saves us time, therefore we do give a discount for that. So it all depends how difficult it is. Another example of that 17 unit is that particular 17 unit a complex had, so let me backtrack. It didn't all have, we're talking about a regular apartment complex, and then our client goes and negotiates a deal to take 17 of those units. And let's say there's hundreds of those apartments on that complex. But the caveat to that is most of our Airbnbs, I'm telling you 9 times out of 10, it's going to be on the 3rd floor and then on the 2nd floor. We never had one on the 1st floor. And that complex didn't have elevators. So now our cleaners have to climb 2, 3 flights of steps, and then probably has more stairs than that. And on top of that, we had to go to our client's office, which could be 5-10 minutes away from the apartment complex. So they first have to get up from their home, go to the office, pick up the consumables. And they always gave us bags of paper towels and toilet paper, bags of shampoo, and soaps. And then the other bags were a bag of linens, a bag of clean linens, and a bag of clean towels for that 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. And so what we had to do was climb all 3 flights of stairs and put those things in front of the unit, and then go back down the stairs and get our vacuum, our mop, and our cleaning supplies, which was a workout in itself. So by the time we got to the front door, we were exhausted. So when it comes to that, our cleaners started to say, I don't want to go there. I don't want to clean that unit. I don't want to clean at that apartment complex. And also because I have cleaned that apartment complex before, I personally like to know what my cleaners are going through. So because I've done it before, I completely understood their sentiment. So I did have to go to the client and say, hey, I know we charge you this for your other units that you have at the other apartment complexes, but this apartment complex is really difficult and our cleaners do not like going there. Do you mind paying us a little bit more? And if they would have said no, we probably wouldn't have been able to do that complex, just because our cleaners were not having it. It was a lot of work, and they did understand it. And this is also a problem that they had with their old cleaners. So I did present them with a solution and they agreed with it, which was a little bit more pay. All right. So let's get into pricing a possible 7 bedroom. How do you price it? So like I said earlier, an Airbnb of a 1 bedroom takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours max. So let's say if you have a 7 bedroom, we take 1.5 hours, which is like a 1 bedroom, times 7. And that includes the kitchen, the living room, and all that stuff. That comes out to be 10.5 hours. And because it's definitely going to be a house, you're not going to have an apartment of 7 bedrooms. I would add on about half an hour to be 11 hours, which means if you send one person, it's going to take them 11 hours to clean that 7 bedroom. That's including the laundry, or which would be a hot mess to clean 7 beds. It'll probably take a little bit longer than that. But if we're just talking about cleaning, we're talking 10.5 to 11 man hours. So if you send 2 people, that's 5.5 hours that they'd be there total 5.5 hours per man. All right. So if you decide that you want to pay your cleaners on average $20 an hour, that would be $222 for 11 hours of work. Plug in if you want to do $15 an hour, $25 an hour, $30 an hour, however you want to pay your cleaner, plug that in. And then operations and overhead, you've got to add for yourself. So let's say you're going to add on $15 an hour for your services. So that would be A total of $35. That's $20 to pay your cleaner and then $15 to pay you for your process, for your services. So that's $35. So that's a total of $385 that you'd be paying for a 7-bedroom, which is really cheap if you ask me. And then you would be making $165. So your cleaner would be making $220. You'd be making $165. There's also a different way you can also do this. You could do it by profit margin. So if you're going to charge this client $385, you can say, I'm going to pay my cleaner 60% and I'm going to pay the company 40%. So with that said, you would be paying your cleaner $231, which is plus $11. And then you would be paying yourself $154, which is minus $11. All right, so that is how you price, you guys. If you have any more questions, please put them in the comments. And if you want to be closer to success, I suggest you hit the like and subscribe button. All right, you guys, until next time, again, if you have comments that I didn't answer, please leave them in the comments. All right, you guys, have a great day. Bye.